Hello friends, it is John with Guts and Glory Tennis, and today's video is a follow-up to one we did prior on our AccuTune Pro stringing method, and I wanted to show it to you from a different angle. And I'm going to be real careful today because I'm stringing with natural gut, and we need to be careful with natural gut. But the reason I wanted to show it today was this racket, the mains start at the head instead of the throat. So the setup looks a little bit different. It's still very close to the same, but it looks a little bit different. So you can see I have gone ahead and I've put in one L, one right. And I'm just going to go ahead now. This method always starts with 4 strings at the head. In the previous one where they started at the throat, we had 1 on the right and 3 on the left. With it starting at the head, that equation is a little bit different. We're going to have 2 on the right and 2 on the left to get started. So I'm just lacing it in now, and I'm taking my time and being careful because I do not want to kink the gut. I want to be careful with this stuff here. But yeah, I want to show you that it works with natural gut as well. So we're going to use our same process as we did before. I like to do it on the right side, and that is because when the pro stringer tension head goes against the frame, it has to be on this side. If it were on this side, the clamp would be in the way. So we're going to put our starting claw on. I'm going to go take a quick peek. It's a little bit tight for gut. Take a quick peek and see if the camera is showing this. It's not, so good thing we took a peek. So we're going to zoom out a little bit here so you can see everything. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, so I loosened this a little bit too much. And again, we use this as a I'm using the claw, tightening it to 1 string as a starting clamp. I probably should back it up since it's natural gut. I think I will back it up. You don't have to, but because it's gut, I don't want it to slip and get damaged. It shouldn't, but I'm just going to put a flying clamp outside of that just to be extra safe. Again, I don't think that's necessary. I am just doing it because I am doing it. Okay, so this one is, we're tensioning this much higher than we did our poly. Natural gut for this customer goes in at 61 pounds. So it's a pretty significant tension here. Now you can see, we tensioned 4 strings at one time, and the 4 strings, none of them are at full tension, of course. I have put the claw on the L1 and 2, and I put it down. You can see this, and I don't think you can see that in the other video. I put it down a little bit in the string bed so that I'd have room up here to put the other claw. So it is now sitting at the tension, and this string here is the one that's being pulled. This would be number 2. This would be R2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers down here towards this grommet. I'm going to pull this string to help charge the one next to it. So we're pulling and charging. The tension head is moving slightly. So I'm still getting some movement. So I'm tugging. Okay, my movement has stopped. The tension head has stopped. So this string, tension is being pulled directly by the machine on this string. We have borrowed some tension from number 2, put it onto number 1, and we're going to just check that with our guitar pick here, or we could pluck the strings with our fingers. I am going to make sure that this claw is not touching the string because that would change the tune. So the idea here is for the strings to get progressively a little bit, 1 and 2 will be either the same or just a little bit higher. Number 2 will be just a little bit higher. And we achieved that, so I'm happy with that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm using my triple claw triple claw, I'm putting it on so that the handle is facing me, and we'll see why we do that in a moment. But I put the triple claw on, and I'm going to go ahead and release tension. So now we have tension on 1 and 2 on the right-hand side. We have partial tension on 1 and 2 on the left-hand side. It's not full tension, but it's not insignificant because it also helps keep the racket balanced by having some tension over on those strings. So I am just going to go ahead now and lace 3 and 4 on the right side, pre-lace them essentially. Put it all through, being real careful not to kink anything here. So it's through. I'm going to put the machine up, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull tension on both 3 and 4. This is something that you couldn't see the other day when I was doing this. With flying clamps or flying claws in this case, the user can always, it twists a little bit, you get a little bit of twisting, but manually you can always put it back in place so that it's perfectly straight and you haven't lost any tension. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down and do the same thing. Number 4 on the right-hand side is under tension with the machine. Number 3 is not. So we're going to borrow some tension from number 4 and charge number 3. So we're charging it, and I'm looking at the tension head. And as I pull a little bit, I'm not pulling too hard, just a little bit. The tension head is still adjusting. So that tells me that it's picking up slack and reaching tension. So I've gotten to the point now where the tension head is no longer changing. So I think we're there. Now, this is where the tuning method comes in. We're going to check the intonation of the strings here. So yes, it progresses up. I like that. I'm going to release this claw because I have to release it anyway to tighten these. When I release this, I'm just going to check the progression of tones for the video. I know what it's going to sound like, but let's go ahead and so we got the progressive tones going on. I'm going to go ahead, tension this off, release the tension, clamp that off, release the tension. We're going to go over to the other side. Now you can see that the starting clamp was still really loose, and it did not pull up against the claw, so this claw held as I thought it would. I'm going to release this claw. This one tips over a little bit, that's fine, because we don't have tension on it yet. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to tension this. We're pulling tension. Again, my tension is 61 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and release the claw. I'm just putting it over here as a place to set it for the time being. And I'm pulling on L2. I need to charge L1, so I'm going to push the string, take my thumbs and push. I'm watching my tension head. My tension head is still moving. So I'm still charging number 2. I'm charging number 1 by pulling number 2. And the head has stopped moving, so we are now charged. Now I use a triple and a double for getting started, and the reason is because up here I need the double to be able to fit in. You can use 2 triples, but I just like to use a double there. Before I put it in, I'm going to check for intonation to see if I need to make any adjustments. So it progressively raises, it's not a huge dip, so I know that that's a good sound. I'm going to go ahead, clamp it off, release the tension. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side. I'll replicate that over on this side. I'm going to do one more time where we go through and do this method, being real careful not to kink the gut. And let's see here. Oh, got it in. Lovely. So the tension sensor is against the frame. We're pulling tension. I'm going to adjust my claw, make sure that it's straight. Get up any slack. Now I'm going to take number 4 and I'm going to pull it to charge, and this is by the grommet so that we can get tension into this string, into the number 3. So I'm just pulling and letting the tension head turn and letting it tell me when it is charged. So I'm not pushing all that hard. I'm not getting any more turning, so I like that. I'm going to take this claw off. I'm going to go with a triple here, because I like how the triple holds a little bit better, especially for gut. We're going to check the intonation. So we're good. We have progressive tones. Going to clamp off. And that is it for now. I'm going to stop recording here and then come back after we get the mains all installed, and then we're going to check and see how we do the tuning with everything installed. Okay, so we just finished installing all of our mains. We tied off our knots, got to cut those off. I like to use parallel pliers to tie off knots. I don't tie the gut, I don't tug them as much as I do with the polys. Just I'm much more careful with gut. I also did not increase the outer tensions as much as I do poly. I just did like 3 pounds on the tie off, so I didn't do very much there. I'm gonna go ahead and trim these ends off. I will seal them when I'm done with the racket. I use a nail polish to seal the ends of the gut. But basically now we're going to the tuning stage, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to get we're going to check and see if the center 2 are roughly the same tension. We need them to be. We did pretty good. Maybe charge just a little bit. Charge. That's pretty close. So the next string is going to either be similar, because it's about the same length, or a little higher. So I'm going from 1 right to 2 right. So it went up in tone a little bit. 3. 3, we're just going to borrow just a little bit from 2 to 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, 9, actually, I didn't think 9 would be that high. Must have done a good job with the tie off. So we have some progressive tones from that. That is a little bit of just a little bit of tuning was needed there. So here we go. We're going to do 1 left, 2 left, 1, 2, about right, 3 goes up, 4, we need to charge a little bit, 4 is a little bit pitchy. Let's go ahead and borrow. We're trying to charge it a little bit here. Gut doesn't flow as easily through the grommets as poly, so poly is easier to tune. With gut, I have to be a little bit more aggressive with my pulling. Okay, so there we go. So now we have a perfectly tuned string bed. Okay, so we have a little visitor. This is Enola. She came to visit with our video. Okay, so we finished the stringing. We're going to unmount the frame here. And we're going to check the this all in, take it out. And let's see here. We got a little bit of straightening to do. These strings are pretty locked in because we do the extended pull on the crosses. It's a poly cross with a gut main for this customer. He likes a tight string bed. I'm gonna get the ERT 300 out here. And typically with this customer, we get a reading of 43, 44. Sometimes it's 43, sometimes it's 44. Not sure what we're going to get today, but let's go ahead and see what the old ERT300 tells us. Getting a 44 today. Let's do that again. Let's just double check. Because sometimes it gives me like 43, 44, and I get like 43 and a half. So we're waiting for it to send the signals down again, and now we got 43. So we'll do it a third time. It's right where we need it to be. That much we do know. So we'll just check one more time, see if we get a 43 or a 44 out of it. 44. So yeah, it's about where it needs to be. I'm going to get my my string meter here, so we can do a look at the mains. See kind of where they are at. Looks like we're on one right, and one right is like 63. Two right is what, about 60, 62, 63. Three right, about the same, 62, 63. Four right, about the same, 62, 63. So you can see with this racket, we also are going across the string bed and getting consistent readings across. We're getting a little, no, that's 62. As we get out to these outer ones, we're going to lose. I can't even get it on, but it's not going to get up to there. It's 55 there. You lose some on the outer ones, and that's fine. It doesn't transfer into the string bed. I've tested this. So this one is 63. We're on L. We're on the L side now. I think I'm on number 3. Number 3L, 63, 64, 4L, 62, 63-ish. So the reason we're doing this is just to show that we are consistent across the string bed using this method. The main strings, the centers, are not significantly looser. They're no looser. They're exactly where they need to be using this method. So what are we calling this? AccuTune Pro is the method that we're using. And the AccuTune Pro method, once again, has delivered a string bed that we thought it was going to deliver. And it will do so again the next time, and the next time, and the next time. And it does so whether the mains start at the head or whether they start at the throat. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.